The Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment is brought to you by Betfred Sportsbook. Never miss a bet with Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred Sports brings over 50 years of experience through the United States betting industry. Straight bets, in-play wagering, parlay cards, teasers, and more. Head on over to BetfredSports.com or download the Betfred Sportsbook app in Colorado, Iowa, or Arizona and get in on all the action today. New signups will receive up to $250 in free bets when wagering $50. Download the Betfred Sportsbook app today. Offer valid in Colorado, Iowa, and Arizona only. Visit BetfredSports.com for terms and conditions. Please gamble responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa, 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, and 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado.
And welcome to NFL Week 6. This is the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment powered by Betfred Sports. I'm Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle, and we're going to be taking you through our usual 3 picks each for this week's games. Once again, I did not have a good week, and I'm really getting sick of that one. But again, I bet on Geno Smith let me down.
Well, like I said last week, I guess I would be called a consistent bettor. Every week I have gone 2-1.
I am consistent too. I've been not doing my usual good self. I mean, last week through 5 weeks, I had a winning record, and I think I'm actually starting to see patterns here, and it's maybe helping me out. Maybe I don't know, but I'm actually been at least getting into the ball game again. The first 2 weeks, I was just blown out of the water. And it's just getting a little bit better for me right now.
I got to tell you, I feel good this week. I think I'm going to break through the 2-1 record. I feel good about 3-0. This is my bold statement. So,
well, through the first 5 weeks, just a little betting trend here. We have the dogs and unders are still winning every week. They're hitting around 60% through the first 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. So it's actually really interesting to see. A lot of the games I've been betting on, I've been betting the overs. Maybe I should take a hint and follow some of those trends that the unders are hitting at 60%. But again, it's kind of been a interesting year so far in terms of the quality of play for a lot of the teams out there. As always, with this week's picks, we're going to be doing 3 games each. It's spreads and totals, no money lines. Without further ado, I think we're going to get right into the picks. We're going to go right into game number 1. My first game is the New York Jets visiting the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is favored by 7. There's an over-under of 46. I have to admit, as a Jets fan, it's nice seeing them starting to put something together in New York. It's been so long, so many losing seasons. It's great to see that back-to-back wins for the first time. I don't remember back-to-back wins, and I've been watching the team for years.
Let me tell you something. I also took this game too, mainly because I took the Jets plus 3.5 last week, and I won money with them. So all of a sudden, I'm in love with the Jets.
Well,
so go ahead with your analysis. I'll give you mine. So,
well, I have to. The one thing I did notice in last week's game, the defense has been playing so much better for the Jets. I don't know whether it was anything Saleh did other than maybe Joe Douglas bringing in Quan Alexander, because once Quan Alexander started playing in that defense has gotten faster. It's gotten in better positions. They've been playing better. They've been getting turnovers, which is unheard of for a Jets defense.
By the way,
5 years here.
By the way, I love the Jets offense. They put 40 points on the Miami Dolphins defense, so that was pretty impressive.
I think the Jets exposed Miami a little bit because that defense was not playing well against the Jets, and I think they've gotten away with a lot of late game heroics from the offense the first couple of games.
Well, Miami's quarterback situation is an absolute mess, so that kind of helped out too. So.
Green Bay is still looking for an offensive identity. They did not look good against the Giants in London. They just lost to the other New York team. Now they're playing the Jets here. It's New York and New York back-to-back here. Green Bay's undefeated at home. The Jets are 2-0 on the road. This is an interesting stat. The Jets are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games, and in this series, the road team is 3-0-1 against the spread in the last 4. So everything is pointing toward my Jets getting maybe 3 in a row here. Jets +7.
Well, let me just build on that. If you're doing against the spread stats, here's another one for the Jets. They're 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games in October. So they play very well in October. Look, I'm going with the Jets too. This may be an overreaction of what I saw from both teams last week. I have been impressed with the Jets. I have been underwhelmed with the Packers. But like I said, I'm liking the Jets, and 7 points seems like a lot. Maybe, sure, Packers probably will win, but I don't think by 7 points. I'm certainly taking the Jets to cover.
My next game is the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons. San Francisco's favored by 5.5. There's an over-under of 43 in this game. Atlanta is the only unbeaten against the spread team in the league. They're 5-0 against the spread. They're 2-0 at home, as a matter of fact. And here they are in Atlanta. Atlanta's been playing a lot of tough defenses throughout the first 5 games of the season. I don't think they're going to be playing. They've played a defense as tough as the Niners has been this
very
opening
good
season.
I love the Niners.
The one downside for the Niners defense, Bosa is not going to be playing.
Yeah.
But you got to like what they're doing. I mean, they're just getting to the quarterback. They're keeping the scores down. The under is 7-1 in the 49ers' last games overall. And other than one game this season where they scored 37 points against the Panthers, and a lot of people can score 37 points against the Panthers.
What a mess that team is. Oh, God.
Every single one of their games, other than the Panthers games, have been low-scoring games.
They're coming in with a brand-new coach, too,
Yes.
the Panthers.
But the under is 4-1 in the 5 games for the San Francisco 49ers. And I really think with the way Atlanta plays, this might be a very close, very tight, very low-scoring game. I'm doing the under 43.5 in this game.
I got to tell you, Atlanta's a covering machine, and I stayed away from this game because I liked the way 49ers were doing, but I also liked Atlanta. I mean, they really kept everything close. But my next game is the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Miami Dolphins. The Vikings are 3-point favorites with a total of 45.5. I really enjoy watching the Minnesota Vikings play this year. I think they're a very talented team. Sure, there's some close games, but they're 4-1, and I guess that it shows how well the Minnesota offense is doing anyway. Look, Miami is just a mess at quarterback, and you just don't know what's going on offensively with Miami. And like I said before, the Jets scored 40 points on that Miami defense. So I'm actually surprised that Minnesota is only a 3-point favorite because I think they're going to win this by at least a touchdown. And lately, Miami Dolphins have not done very well in October. They're 0-5-1 in their last 6 games in October. So giving the situation Miami is in, and I think the talent that's on the Miami Vikings sideline, I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings?
Yes.
The Minnesota Vikings side. There's a lot of talent on that team. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings and laying the points.
My last game of the week is the Sunday night game. The Dallas Cowboys traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Best game of the week, by the way.
You hope. As an Eagles fan,
it should be very entertaining. However, This one goes.
Philly's favored by 5. There's an over/under of 42. The Eagles come into the game as the only undefeated team in the league, 5-0. I am incredibly impressed with the way Jalen Hurts has been playing. I was not a big believer before the season began. I think he's actually proving a lot of critics wrong, and it's really nice to see. Over on the other side of the ball, we've got the Cowboys. They're 4-1, but they're 4-0 under Cooper Rush since Dak went out. Dak's probably not going to be playing in this game. More than likely, it's going to be Cooper Rush again. The Cowboys are 4-1 against the spread and 10-1 against the spread in their last 11 road games. In the last 9 meetings between these two teams, the Cowboys are 7-2 against the spread and 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games in Philly. I love the way both these teams are playing. I love the defense of the Cowboys. I love the offense of the Eagles. Both teams can run the ball. I think that's what you're going to probably be seeing. But I'm actually going to go and say it's going to be a very close game, and I'm going to go with the Cowboys +5.
Well, my next game is the Arizona Cardinals visiting the Seattle Seahawks. The Cardinals are 3-point favorites, and the total is 51. I mean, the Cardinals were one bonehead play away by Kyler Murray from beating the Philadelphia Eagles last week. He probably shouldn't have spiked that ball. But look, the Cardinals are a much more talented team than the Seattle Seahawks. In their last Week 6 games, Arizona is 5-0-1 against the spread. I love those stats, and they always seem to work out. So their last Week 6 games, a very interesting stat. The Cardinals are also 7-3 against the spread against a team with a losing record, and quite frankly, the Seattle Seahawks simply do not cover when they play the NFC. Check out this stat. Seattle is 7-15 against their spread in their last 22 games against the NFC. I think the Cardinals are going to bounce back this week against that heartbreaking loss against the Eagles, and I certainly think they're going to cover the number. So I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals and laying the points.
All right, let's recap.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings and laying the 3 points against the Miami Dolphins. I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals and laying the 3 points against the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm taking the underdog New York Jets to at least cover the 7 points the book put on it.
Well, I'm doing the Jets as well, +7. I'm doing the under 43.5 in the Niners-Falcons game, and I'm also taking the Cowboys +5 against the Eagles. These picks will be up on our blog. Head on over to turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. They'll be in written form there. Feel free to comment there as well, and follow the show at Turnpike Sports, at Turnpike Bets, at Turnpike Sports Radio on Instagram, and at Turnpike Sports on Facebook. That's it for this week's the Week 6 picks for the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Picks segment, powered by Betfred. Enjoy your football weekend, everybody.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.